people no really want peace. That's then they try make dem settle this kasala. That's this kwanta between una with Israel. Now go commit another one. My people, this one na latest update about the things wey dey happen for inside Israel currently now. As I dey speak to una now, Hamas don go do another one o. See guys, make I no talk too much. Make I no talk whether na my mouth na take dey hear this one. Make I hear from the horse mouth. And please, feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. What do you guys think about this update? Drop it in the comment section. So my people, make I watch the full video.
Hamas forces carried out a large-scale airstrike on the Israeli capital Tel Aviv and many cities during the Cairo Peace Summit. Tens of thousands of Israeli citizens have started organizing protests in front of the Israeli Defense Ministry. The Israeli army launched an air operation in Gaza in order to respond. As it is known, Egyptian President Sisi has decided to organize a peace summit in Cairo in order to end this war between Israel and Hamas. Representatives of 35 countries and 4 leaders of international organizations came to Egypt in Cairo to discuss the Israeli and Palestinian issues. Many Arab and European leaders and foreign ministers met at this summit, concerned that this ongoing war between Israel and Hamas will lead to the outbreak of a larger war in the Middle East. The leaders shared their views on how to end this war. This summit was supposed to end the war between Israel and Hamas, but it turned out the opposite. Hamas forces carried out an intensive missile attack on the capital Tel Aviv, Ashdod, and the city of Sderot during this summit. The Qassam Brigade, the military wing of Hamas, launched attacks on 3 different cities. These attacks were aimed mainly at the capital Tel Aviv. With the start of the missile attacks, the sirens did not stop in Tel Aviv city. Qassam Brigade militants fired more than 200 missiles at the city of Tel Aviv in this attack. With the sirens sounding, the Iron Dome air defense systems activated and managed to destroy some of these missiles in the air. However, some of the missiles hit the city of Tel Aviv. Some of the missiles that hit near Ben Gurion Airport in the city of Tel Aviv. Israeli officials have made statements that the main target may be Ben Gurion Airport. Israeli media have issued warnings to the people of the region, sharing reports that large explosions have occurred in Tel Aviv. However, shortly after the attack on Tel Aviv, airstrikes were also launched on the cities of Ashdod and Sderot. While the clashes in the city of Sderot, where Hamas militants managed to infiltrate, continue to intensify, Qassam Brigade soldiers continue to target Israeli outposts in the city of Sderot. The fact that these attacks carried out by Hamas were carried out during the Cairo Peace Summit did not escape attention. Shortly after this attack, the Qassam Brigade unit made a statement. The Qassam Brigade unit stated that they had started bombing Tel Aviv during the summit meeting in Cairo. The Hamas leadership stated that these attacks were carried out in response to the attacks on Gaza. Later in the day, the Israel Defense Forces confirmed that these attacks were carried out. After this attack carried out by Hamas, the Israeli army launched an intensive airstrike into the Gaza Strip in order to respond. However, at this time, the Israeli people, who were rioting in the capital Tel Aviv, began to organize protests by gathering in front of the Israeli Defense Ministry building. Despite the danger of gathering due to rockets fired from Gaza, tens of thousands of Israeli citizens gathered in front of the Israeli Defense Ministry and reacted very harshly to Prime Minister Netanyahu. A group of Israeli citizens who began to gather in Tel Aviv called for supporting the families of those kidnapped by Hamas and for the immediate release of these hostages. The Israeli government issued a warning to the gathered Israeli citizens and urged them to return home. However, these protests deviated from their purpose after a while and reached a very different dimension. With the increasing numbers of protesters, anti-Netanyahu citizens started an uprising to turn these protests into an opportunity. Israeli citizens, who made speeches with banners reading "Netanyahu resignation" in their hands, want Netanyahu to admit his failure and the return of Israeli soldiers stationed in the Gaza Strip from Gaza. With the increasing number of protesters, Israeli security forces were deployed around the Israeli Defense Ministry. The most interesting thing is that Hamas militants carried out this attack on Tel Aviv exactly during the Cairo Peace Summit. This attack and statement by Hamas showed once again that Hamas does not want peace. As it is known, Hamas forces are using Palestinian citizens living in the Gaza Strip as a shield for them. Hamas, which organizes attacks on Israel for its own interests and puts the lives of Palestinian citizens at risk, continues to prevent Palestinian citizens living in Gaza from leaving the city. The Israel Defense Forces issue warnings before carrying out any airstrikes against Gaza. Israel, which wants certain areas to be evacuated from civilians, is launching the air operation after the warnings it has made. However, Hamas is carrying out these airstrikes against Israel without thinking about the end. Thus, we have once again deciphered the difference between a state and an organization. According to information obtained from regional sources, it is known that the vast majority of the Palestinian people do not support Hamas. It is a well-known fact that after Hamas militants launched a war against Israel, they forced thousands of Palestinian citizens to fight alongside them. Hamas, aware that they will lose the war due to the Israeli army's airstrikes on Gaza, does not allow Palestinian citizens to leave Gaza. Hamas militants have placed buses and trucks on all roads that can be used as an exit route out of Gaza and have closed the entrances and exits. Thus, the Israeli army would not be able to carry out airstrikes against Gaza. Hamas militants are not playing the war according to its rules in order to win this war. Hamas, which wants to turn every move of the Israeli army into an opportunity, has formed a major conspiracy by launching an airstrike on a hospital in Gaza City. As it is known, Hamas militants carried out an attack on the Eli Baptist Hospital in Gaza. Hamas, which blew up its own hospitals, was aware that with the explosion of this hospital, all the blame would fall on Israel. Thus, all the countries of the world would react very harshly against Israel. However, the Israel Defense Forces presented evidence that the missiles fired at the hospital were launched from inside the Gaza Strip, and it became clear that this attack was one of Hamas' nefarious plans. Another of Hamas's strategies is the videos it has shared on social media platforms. If you are aware, there have been videos circulating on social media recently showing Hamas militants treating Israeli citizens they have taken hostage well. War analysts said in statements that these videos were fictionalized and that there was a conscious attempt to make Hamas beautiful. The main reason why these videos are shared so often is that Hamas is trying to get the military support it wants. Hamas, which constantly calls on Arab and Muslim countries, thinks that with such tactics they will have the military support they want. If Hamas wanted peace, it would not have launched airstrikes on Israel during the Cairo Peace Summit in Egypt. The fact that Hamas launched an attack on Israel during this summit, which was attended by many NATO countries and Arab countries, was a clear indication that it does not want peace. According to the claims of war analysts, Russia and Iran are behind this war that has started between Israel and Hamas. Israel and Iran have been trying to prove who is the most powerful state in the Middle East by staging mutual attacks on each other for years. Russia, on the other hand, is very uncomfortable with the military support provided by Israel and the United States to Ukraine. According to allegations, Russian President Vladimir Putin is using this war between Israel and Hamas to reduce the influence of the United States on Ukraine and to be able to fully invade Ukraine. Do you think Russia could really be the power behind Hamas?
Thanks for watching that video, my people. Please, if it's your first time crossing this page, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, please do well to follow this page for more videos and for more updates about the things that happen for inside this country and the one where they happen for outside the country. And feel free to share your opinion, guys. What do you guys think about this video? What do you guys think about this update? Drop it in the comment section. And please turn your notification bell button on. Whenever we drop updates, you will be the first person to see it. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for your support. God bless you all. So guys, see you guys in my next video.